Welcome back to our city. For the second half of the show, I am pleased to be joined by Anne-Marie Scanlon and Nancy DeLagro, representatives of Trinitas Hospital. Dr. DeLagro, I should say, Director of Clinical Services, and Anne-Marie is an RN Diagnostic Services. And what are we, in American Heart Month?
Yes, February 1st, that's American Heart Month.
And so tell our viewers about the programs and activities that are planned at Trinitas, first of all.
Heart Month is a very exciting month for Trinitas since cardiology is a center of excellence for the hospital. We have various programs planned in terms of educational programs to increase awareness and prevention about cardiac disease. Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer in the United States. For women, heart disease is #1, stroke is #3. So by increasing awareness to our community and letting them know what their risks are and how to prevent heart disease, as well as help those patients who do have heart disease, is very important to the institution.
Now, you work in the local schools as well?
Yes, we are going to the local schools. We're going to St. Mary's, St. Anthony's, as well as Holy Spirit in Union County to increase the kids, their awareness at a young age, especially where obesity is such a major problem with the children of America today. And we put on little programs for them. We give them some healthy snacking and different things that they can do.
I see we brought some of those, huh?
Yes, we sure do.
We'll have a little demonstration a little later.
Oh.
And exercise
Do
programs.
we have to eat it?
Yes, you can
Sure,
taste
yes.
it.
Okay.
Of course.
Anne-Marie, the American Heart Association reports that cardiovascular diseases, my staff is really good, the leading cause of death in the United States since 1900, and then they write, except during the 1918 flu epidemic. What types of physical activities can people work into their daily routines to improve their heart health?
Walking is just your basic one that we encourage for everyone to do. Taking your stairs instead of the elevators. Even if you're sitting at your desk, you can do some leg lifts, calf raises, holding in your stomach for a couple of minutes, lifting out your legs. We started a new program at the Trinitas Hospital, and Nancy's going to explain.
So before you get into that, though, how many of you do this at the hospital? Do you do leg lifts and stuff like this behind your desk, or are you up walking all day?
Well, I exercise, but we're always moving.
Yes, we're always on the go.
And we have a great fitness center, too. So we encourage our employees to join the fitness center. We also have a cardiac rehab unit for those patients who need monitored exercise programs. So we are a big proponent of exercise. But spinning off from what Anne-Marie was alluding to, the American Heart, which I'm on the board of Northern New Jersey, we're collaborating with the American Heart. They have a new initiative, Start Walking campaign. And what does that mean? Start walking at the workplace. And what they do is we map out various routes, whether it be inside or outside, and say it's 1/10 of a mile. You walk this 10 times, you've got a mile. And we're kicking that off February 20th. We have group leaders where the employees will work with this group and walk and keep track of their walking time, and they'll do this for about 2 months. And then
so you have mile markers in the hallways of the hospital?
Yes.
We mapped it out already.
We've done it at the Williamson Street campus, the New Point campus, and the Cranford Financial section. And hopefully this will increase awareness among the employees that exercise is important. Start walking in the workplace. Start moving. Any kind of movement is important. And it doesn't have to be, lifting those weights and doing vigorous exercise. Get moving is the goal.
Well, last week there was a train ride to Washington. It's called the Walk to Washington. All the business leaders are on it. So I passed some stuff out every so often. So this year I passed out pedometers.
Oh, good.
And it measures all the steps. So we're going to see how many people actually wear these things and actually measure their steps. I'll have to get you over a couple of them.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, that's how we did. We mapped out the outside of the hospital, and if you walk around 3 times, it's a mile.
The outside of the hospital?
Yes, outside the whole campus.
Which is great, and we're kicking it off, and then they'll end after 8 weeks, April 16th, which is National Walking at Work Day. And we will be the first in Union County doing this, and one of the first hospitals
So everybody's going to leave the hospital and walk that day?
Well, no, you could do it anytime.
Anytime.
Say you're down in that area and you walk 1/10 of a mile, you keep track of it. Hey, I got to go back. I'll walk another 1/10 of a mile. And those miles start adding up. And that's the most important thing. Get moving, start exercising, because the immobility gives you a higher risk factor for heart disease.
Dr. DeLagro, we talked about cardiac rehab a few minutes ago. Following a heart attack or a stroke, what role does rehabilitation play?
A big role, a very major role. Aerobic exercise is extremely important. Monitored exercise is important. A lot of times after a heart attack, person's scared, feels uncomfortable taking that extra step, doing a little more vigorous activity. Therefore, it needs to be monitored, but you need to do it. And it's not long after the MI that you start rehab. It's usually within a month or so. Am I right?
Yes.
What's an MI?
A massive myocardial infarction.
Oh.
And you really need to...
I guess our viewers would rather prefer an
sorry,
MI, huh?
It's a heart attack, yeah, right.
It's a heart attack.
Yeah, it's a heart attack.
Okay.
And you need to exercise. That's key. And prevention.
Are there other alternatives, Anne-Marie, to treating heart disease beyond coronary bypass surgery or congestive heart failure?
Congestive heart failure. There's an alternative that we have, and it's called external enhanced counterpulsation. And what it actually does, it actually gives a bypass to the heart. It opens up small blood vessels going to your heart. And what it is 35 treatments. You're with us for about an hour a day. You're monitored by a registered nurse. And what it does, you're on a table, and there's small pumps that actually pump blood going up to your heart, and actually gives you better vascular circulation throughout your whole
And that
body.
takes an hour and a half?
No, the whole treatment's an hour per day. It's 5 days a week, and it's 7 weeks, 35 visits.
So you got to go there every day,
If you can.
if you can. What do you mean if you can?
I mean, if you can't do the 5 days a week, we'll add that one visit to the end of the session. So sometimes
see.
it may take 7.5 weeks, but if you can do it all together, it's more beneficial.
And does it help the
Yes, it
flow
has.
even after that time period?
Oh, it works for maybe two years afterwards. It increases your activity. Sometimes you use less medication. Sometimes the chest pain goes away totally.
And then you would come back again in 2 years?
No. Sometimes it's good.
Sometimes it's good to go?
Yes.
Okay. And does Trinitas offer these
Oh,
alternatives?
yes, we do. Yes, it's open. Just get a physician's prescription. It's FDA approved. Medicare approves it, and other insurances as well.
Okay. Should diets important?
Of course, diet's important for everything. High fiber, low fat. That's why we're introducing some food here.
Well, tell us about these healthy foods.
Well, this is the little snack we'll make a little later, but here's just a few examples of. It's a little heavy.
Yeah, I got to dump it up.
Just so the viewers can see, it's your oatmeal. That you can buy just your tomato sauce with no salt added. Use yogurt as a quick snack for your kids, especially. Whole
You have
wheat
cheese in here.
spaghetti.
Is that a good
Yes,
thing?
low-fat cheese. Yes.
Oh, low-fat.
Non-fat, actually, not fat.
No,
You have
okay.
your tomatoes, grape juice is very important, the antioxidants, your lentils. Come on, Chris, you know how to cook here. Soy milk, almonds, your nuts are very important.
Some tomatoes,
Polyunsaturated.
fresh out of the box.
You have your avocados.
Now, Cheerios, it says lower your cholesterol. Is that
Yes,
true?
absolutely
Yes,
true.
high in fiber.
High in fiber, that's the reason it lowers your cholesterol.
The
Now,
more
what do you have
fiber, the better off you are.
Now, what do you have over there?
Well, we'd like to, like you said, we're going to go out to the schools and we're going to give a demonstration on how to just make a little check mix, basically. If you'd like to help us out.
Well, how do you...
There's scoots of almonds, okay,
Go ahead.
a couple. We have almonds. Go ahead, just pour some. We have raisins. We have some almonds.
Creative
These
snacking.
cans are in there already. Some Cheerios and shredded wheat.
Cranberries.
And you would just mix them all up together, and it provides a delicious, wholesome new.
Instead of the children coming home and eating some greasy hamburger, you give them a nice
no
little healthy
chips,
snack.
no potato chips.
Really? What about the adults who come home and eat a greasy
This is-
hamburger?
This too.
Huh?
Start
If you
today.
keep this around your house, it improves everything.
It improves everything.
It improves
And-
all family
And the
health.
trans fatty acids, the trans fats. Trinitas is now a trans fat free hospital. We no longer provide trans fats, which are very, very bad for cardiology system. And what else?
Yeah, but we're helping to drive cardiologists out of business, right? By giving all this healthy
That's
food.
right.
That's not a good thing.
It's not putting them out of business.
I'm only kidding.
They always
Yeah, you
need to
know.
monitor your blood pressure.
Oh, okay. So, out of all this, if you had to pick one, what's the most important thing that you should incorporate in your diet? Is it fiber? Is it cholesterol reduction? Or
Good balance.
Good
I hate
balance?
to say, but a good balance. A little of, don't deprive yourself, but eat a little of everything that's healthy for you. And the low fats are not bad.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Yeah, they're
really
actually
camouflage.
good
Even if you wanted to
substitutes.
take the yogurt and mix some of this healthy snacking with the yogurt, it's still a delicious snack.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on the show.
Glad to be here.
Thank you.
And I appreciate the opportunity to learn a little bit more about American Heart Month. I know I'm coming to Trinitas at the end of the month.
Yes, you
You
are.
sure?
So,
Again, for healthy snacks.
for healthy snacks.
Yes.
We're going to have some of those?
Yes,
We'll have
we
No
are.
soda either, right?
No soda.
No soda.
No,
That's not good for
That's
you.
empty calories.